Hi everyone. I'm new to the Zoom, but I'll try my best to answer all your questions. Basically, as we were the first one in our area to be COVID positive, that is my husband, and it was really a surprise thing to me to get him into getting positive. But things went on well, and he's back home. And the basic thing you all have to, I don't want to go on to medical part of you, I think, because most of you all know a lot of things. But if a patient is getting COVID positive, how do you manage after that? That is important. So I think only for on that I will try to emphasize. If you have any other questions, you can ping me later on and I can answer you. Basically, I want to tell you is when a patient is getting a fever and a mild cough or any other respiratory issues, don't neglect it. Inform your physician so that they can analyze you and they can send it to your the test or investigation to be done on the case. That is one. Secondly, if you don't, you want to wait for a day or something, that depends on patient's age and comorbidities which is there. Like if a patient is above 60 years and with hypertension, diabetes, with any lung issues or immunity issues like cancer, dialysis, kidney issues, please immediately call up your physician and take their help. If a patient is below, they are saying that less than young children are not getting infected so much like the adults. But we are seeing now a different range of cases coming up in a different age groups also. So you all just have to understand each part of it and go. So when my example, I'm giving you this example of my personal example. When my husband had a fever of one day with a mild cough, like a dry cough. So I just, because he's an allergic to little cold cough, so I told him, please start with an antibiotic and paracetamol, and we will see how things are. But temperature started increasing. So the next day, I made sure that he was under, I spoke to one of my consultant also, and he said that start with, let's do a blood test and X-ray with a COVID test. To tell this, blood test and X-ray was normal. He's 53 years old now with no diabetes, hypertension. So after that, what happened? He was, but COVID came positive. When COVID came positive, because it is COVID and it was much earlier than now conditions, we didn't have to inform the BBMP where we had done the COVID test. They informed the BBMP and the BBMP people came. They started finding out the contact history. The BBMP doctors, they started finding out the contacts of what he did in this 15 days. Whom did he meet? Where did he go? How things was. After that, uh, they told them that he'll be admitted in a government hospital. Yes, we were all panicked because we were not interested in going in a government hospital. But as a protocol earlier, it was to be put admitted in government hospital. After that, so then they got it into Bowring Hospital. In Bowring, uh, they had come in an ambulance. They took him and went, and they then they had to do a triad. Triad is when they go take him to that hospital. They're supposed to ask his age, comorbidities, his other findings, what issue, what symptoms he had come out with, and what medicines he had taken before this, all that. And then they shifted him to a private ward as requested. It was good that he was twin sharing place. He was there for 10 days from the day of admission. Within the third day, because I had already started with antibiotic, that was continued with paracetamol. They started with other medications like zinc and selin, vitamin C. I think most of them know about all these things now. And after that, his temperature came down within third day of the treatment. And on by the fourth day, they started with antiviral drug, which continued for 5 days. No symptoms at all. He was very comfortable. He used to speak to us every day. He was just there as an isolation. After that, he came back within the 10th day. They had done the test of COVID again, and the report was not given because of the issues what happened after that. That a lot of people fell sick. People who were testing labs were closed down. But I made it a point to continue that quarantine after he came for another 21 days exactly. That is, yesterday it got over. And now in his quarantine, he was in his room. He was wearing his mask. Everything was kept inside his room. It was not allowed to enter. He had to clean his own room. He has to keep his own food. Food was given from the entrance so that he could enter. We are not supposed to enter. And his vessels, everything he had to take care of the things. So he managed it up to 21 days, and we have brought him out after 21 days to roam around in the house. I have told him another week to be quarantined in his own house so that he doesn't keep going out. Usually it is 21 days where the virus really spreads it. Afterwards, it's the resting phase, which you need to still be careful about. So this was my experience. And then the BBMP people, when he was going to the hospital, the BBMP people, they came and asked us about our contacts, that because we were the primary contacts, and the people who came to my house after when he was there in 15 days. So my helpers who were working with me and my neighbor whose house he had gone in that 15 days, they found out, they told the whole building to quarantine. And after that, the ASHA workers came. They put a sticker in the thing that they are to be quarantined for 2 weeks. And then the BBMP people called a person to sanitize our whole house with the solution which we normally use as sodium hypochlorite, one person, to the whole house. Everything, furnitures, everything was sanitized. The common area in my building, and even the next day, the wall of my building and my neighbor's building was sprayed with the solution. So that way, because the cases were less those days, things was much easier. They could manage it. But as now, I've been hearing that cases are more, and I know the workload of BPMP is also more. So I think each individual, citizens of people of our people of our area and all, we should help each other and try to advise whatever we can. So I would only say that it is also a flu, like, but only thing we need to be very careful about the sanitization, mask, distancing, which is very important, and positive approach. Very important is positive. Nothing is going to happen to us. Only thing, above 60 years, we need to take an extra care and admit them to the respective hospitals so that they are taken care day to day, every hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and managed well. I think that was what I wanted to tell. Any more? Of course, I can answer your questions. This was my experience from my side.
Okay.
Yeah, Prasad.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Geeta. Now we have Nikesh, who is a resident of Swasti Road. We would like him to come in and give his experience. Nikesh.
Hi everyone. Can you listen me? I'm first time to Zoom. And great thanks to Dr. Geeta, who has been with me from last maybe years together. And apparently my wife and my father both tested positive. My wife had symptoms of no taste and no smell. And my dad had an issue of respiratory, which is acute pneumonia, I think so. Yeah, acute pneumonia. But yes, we initially, before the test, we tried to get him admitted to a hospital, and we could not get any bed in Bangalore, in any private hospitals. So with Dr. Geeta's reference and her knowledge, we have started the care at home. They both were in 2 isolated rooms, and this is the 7th day, I think so. And his oxygen from 3 days is 96, 97, which is as good as normal. And my wife is able to get taste and smell from past 3 days. And it has been great, and great thanks to her. And yes, just a small thing, don't get scared of this. Initially, when I was scared, running behind hospitals, that I need a bed, no matter the cost, I need a bed. But what we realized at the end is, it is not just the hospital. What they do in the hospital is the same thing what we can do at home. She had advised me to get an oxygen cylinder in case it is emergency. It was ready in the house. We got that. Everything was ready. We were here 24/7 next to our father. We were able to help him out in everything. And he's recovered fantastically. So I think another 5-6 more days we'll be inside our house, or 10 days. Yes, but great work by Geeta, doctor. Thank you very much. You've always been next to us from years together. And I just got to know Mr. Prasad, I think yesterday. and he has helped a lot getting work done from the BBMP for sanitization and helping us for any needs what we need. I just know him and I'm just new to this group. This is my first time I'm just on this group also. But thanking you all, and please don't get scared by this. We have the best doctor with us.
Thank you, Nikesh. It was very helpful. Okay, the rest of the team, one by one, I would like you to ask your questions to Geeta. Please, the moderator, I think Disha, she will handle it. You can take one by one questions, please.
It's Gaba, the moderator, not Disha.
Okay, Gaba.
Yes, Prasad. So anybody has a question, please, you can unmute yourself and come in, or else leave a message in the chat group and I will unmute you. So maybe I will go in first and...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Girish. We can't hear you, Girish. You're on mute.
Sorry. So when we
Yeah,
hear about
go ahead.
COVID cases, in your street or in your building, we are advised not to step out or pass by that particular house, right? So is it really airborne, or it is only through the touch of the person we connect with this? Because now, as cases are increasing, see, we cycle in the group. We go out of Shantinagar, we cycle around. Now with cases increasing, is it advisable to just move in that street, or it's, stay indoor is more important right now?
Yeah, I would tell you, first thing is, as it's spreading everywhere, preferably elders and children not to go out. And secondly, they are saying it is airborne because it is a virus, it's airborne, which was not told earlier. WHO was not telling it, but now they're saying it is airborne. But the thing is, we have to understand it is not like measles airborne. Like measles is also a virus, but you have COVID is not like, if it was via airborne, everybody would have got by now. By the exposure of 4-5 months, everybody would have got. But yes, you need to please. Hello,
Yes,
can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, you need to understand this. The basic needs which you need to, as we having a lot of cases in Shantinagar now, for grocery, for essentials. If you go and come and not go for just to go out for a walk, just to go for just to go around and come, don't want. But when you're going out, if you're going out, make sure that you are having a mask, you have a sanitizer. If not a mask, at least a shield. See, like if you're doing exercise, you're going cycling, you may not able to wear a mask and cycle. Sometimes some people are not used to that type of mask. So better to have a face shield so that you can use it, and that will help others' exposure to you or our exposure to others. So that is where it will help when you wear a shield.
All right, doctor.
Hello.
Thank you so much. I have a question from Sunil, which says that, doctor, could you please talk a little more about how we can take care at home if we cannot get a bed in the hospital for seniors or normal people?
Yes. See, this is what it is. Now, if a normal person below 60 years of age, please have, most of you all, I advise you all to have a pulse oximeter, which is very important now in COVID. Earlier, as we have sugar glucometer, we have BP instrument. Please have a pulse oximeter. Not everyone needs it, but at least who are getting into this type of COVID cases. Because pulse oximeter tells us the saturation, how much is your. If it is less than 95, going up to 92, then we might suspect that it could be going for COVID and the condition becoming deteriorating. But if it is 95 and above, it should be fine, not a problem. But then it depends on even individuals who are having any asthma, allergies, even they may have a low saturation, not that everybody would be on 95, 94. But that's what I said. If that is the case, you can speak to your physician and get an idea of how to do. That is one. Secondly, if you are COVID positive and don't come in above 60 years of age, you don't have to panic. First, relax, understand, quarantine yourself in your room where you have a washroom in your room. That's the best thing to do. And make sure that whoever is entering your room has a mask, has a sanitizer, gloves if necessary, so that you sanitize whatever once you go in and come. Not to touch anything, just to give the food or things like that. Uh, if it is necessary, because if it is quarantine for 15 days, with each day you speak to your physician and tell him the reports, your how it is, whether you have temperature, then you can manage it better. Don't have to panic, because we now home quarantine is done. Earlier we didn't have home quarantine. If home quarantine was there, I would have told my husband to sit at home, I would have managed him. Yeah, maybe because we are also learning with the days coming by, as COVID is new to the world only. So with the symptoms, with the signs of patients, we are also learning a lot of things. So home quarantine, you can easily do. You don't even need oxygen if the saturation goes high, is normal. And take care of your hygiene. Wear a mask. Don't allow cough things to affect the others. So if you do that for 15 days, at least then we can even do the test if necessary, COVID test, because the viral load comes lower as the days go by. It is not possible in 7th or 10th day. It starts coming down after 22 days. Only then we can. So you don't have to panic on anything. You can sit in the room and pranayama, exercise, so that you just build your immunity and your lung functions.
Yes, thank you, doctor. And another question from Samrat is that, Dr. Geeta, is it necessary to keep an oxygen cylinder handy at home, and where would we be able to get an cylinder?
Yeah, I think cylinder I can ask Nikesh to give because he has already bought one. You get it in many medical, this one. You have the contractors who help you out. I can give it to you later. But oxygen cylinder, if the patient is asthmatic, any earlier lung issues, or diabetic, hypertensive, or the patient on diagnosis had a case of pneumonia, or going for a saturation, going for any lung issues like pneumonia, we don't normally need, with such patients, we normally have to treat them in the hospital. You cannot just keep them in the house. So oxygen only if the oxygen level. See, when the patient becomes breathless, that means, that is one thing you'll have to remember. When the patient becoming breathless, that means it is affecting the lungs. So that is not to be done in the house. You have to treat them in the hospital. So by then you have also learned the disease process, how it is. Some of them, it's not that everybody goes through the similar disease process. Some of them can become, with 1 day of temperature, can become breathless immediately. So it is very important that you analyze each day and decide on, you can always speak to your physician and keep them in touch so that they know what to do next, what we can be done. But it also depends on individual, that you should be positive. We can fight it, but it's easier. See, like Nikesh's father, he managed him very well with the medicines and all. And it went on well. See, normally COVID medicines are not given in the house unless it is only the basic zinc, paracetamol, and vitamin C. The other medications, we don't give it in the house. It is to be given in the hospital, because we know if it deteriorates, how do you manage? Because the deterioration becomes faster. The symptom signs become faster. But you can always take an advice from your doctor and do the best.
Right. And the next
So you really don't need an oxygen cylinder as such.
All right. Thank you, doctor. And the next question is from Purvi. She's asking, can you suggest which vitamins to be given to children who are age of 10 plus to build immunity?
Multivitamin, which has more of vitamin C in it, and a plain multivitamin should be enough. With vitamin C, we get vitamin C, like you have this chewable tablets, you can just give it to them. Or you can even have, some of them are allergic to citrus food. So I will not advise, some kids get allergic to citrus food. So I won't advise citrus food as such for those people. Or else, all citrus fruit like lime, oranges, you can give so that the immunity, and children's immunity is always much better than the adults. So we really, that is the reason, one of the reason that we don't see more cases of COVID in children. But yes, there are cases, no doubt. I cannot say that everything is fine, but not much as adults cases.
All right. And the next question is from Asha. She mentions that my exercise is running. Neither can I wear a face shield nor can I wear a mask while running. Is it safe to suspend running?
It is safe now for 1 month. I would advise you all that, because there are a lot of cases around. It is advisable that whatever exercise you can do, you can manage it at home. It will be like a treadmill. Would be better than going for a run outside.
All right, doctor. And what are the natural ingredients available at home which can be used to build immunity? This is asked by Mr. Anil Talreja.
I think a lot is put in all the WhatsApp groups about the natural kashayams and things like that, which will help your immunity. Basically, you should have good cooked food with a lot of proteins. You should have protein in your diet, which is very important.
All right, doctor. And the next question is from Ashwin. What is the pulse reading? Is around 70, 75. What does it indicate and what is the safe pulse reading?
See, pulse is different and oxygen saturation is different. Pulse up to 100 is okay. It is 80 to 100. It can go to low to 60 also. But saturation is different. Saturation is the basically to tell about your lung expansion. So that is should be above 95.
All right. And yeah, can I just go ahead and ask you a few more questions? Is that okay, doctor?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. There's a question from Sunil, which says, does previous history of asthma lead for complexities for senior citizens?
Yes, 100%. Yes, we need to be extra care. We should take extra care about it. Should not neglect it. Anyone with lung issues, because when you have a lung issue, your lung capacity is not that good. So that will also make COVID more bad, or maybe the deterioration or the things can become worse very soon. So you need to be very careful when you have lung issues and with elders especially.
Right. The next question is from Veeramma. She's saying that my neighbor had COVID and got quarantined. Do we have to sanitize the houses around?
If she has come to your house in this last 15 days, yes, we have to. If she has not come and she has been staying in her own house, then you really don't need to, but you need to quarantine. If it's in the same building, you need to quarantine yourself in the building.
All right, doctor. And could you name a few of the vitamin C medicines which they can give for children? Lemc or...
I'll get back to her on the thing. No medical this one right now. See, we have Lemc as such and saline tablets.
Right.
Okay. So, but because the dose differs on the age of the patient.
All right.
We give up to 1000 mg for adults.
Right.
So you can even speak to your own pediatrician and get back.
All right. So zinc is also okay to take?
Zinc adults, it's okay, not for kids.
Okay.
That's why I said multivitamin you can take, which will have most of the contents in it.
Right. And what is the best medicine to give a 2.5-year-old baby at this hour to build immune?
We are not seeing so many cases of kids. But if they are in contact, they can speak to their respective pediatricians. It will help them better.
All right. And I have come across few people when their family members have got corona or are at home, even if they are back or at home quarantine, there's a lot of fear within themselves. So if you're staying in the same house, like your husband came back and he was at home, is it still risky to be in the same premises if somebody is tested COVID or is under home quarantine?
Uh, if a patient is COVID positive, is come home, yes, you need to take care of them for another 15 days after the hospital stay. The whole course is from the first day of COVID positive to 21 days. They say that 17 days, some talks say that 17 days is enough. After that, they can stay in, they can come out also. But I would advise 21 days of stay in quarantine in their room, and then another week in their house, so that it is not spread to. Basically, quarantine is only, you will have to understand this, quarantine is only to prevent the infection spreading to others. So, like for example, my husband was positive. When we were tested, me and my daughter were negative. So that is important to keep them quarantined so that they don't spread it to others. So it's not a thing that it's a sin to be quarantined. No, it is just that others won't get the infection from you. And if you do that, you're actually reducing the infection spread.
Right, but the risk for the family member is higher if you're quarantined in the same premises with the patient.
Yeah, you have to you have to take your own precautions like sanitizing, like mask. If you want to use gloves, because if a person is coming, or like a patient has come out of the room, you don't know where he has touched and all, because some of them have smaller houses where they don't have a separate room for them, for one person to stay. Then you need to have gloves. You have to tell the patient who is positive also that wear your gloves. We also have to wear the gloves, so that infection.
Hi, Girish. Can I have one word with Dr. Geeta, please?
Please go ahead.
Hi, Geeta.
Hi.
I just want to ask one thing. I heard, one of my close friend's sister was, COVID patient and stuff like that. So she was hospitalized and everything. So what happened here is her experience, what she shared with us. So there was some couple of other people in the same ward where they had high, whatever you check their virus
Load.
whatever, that the load was high, but they were all fine. They're watching TV in the hospital, they're walking, they're much better than others. So I didn't understand what is this actual virus called. Like, some people they get it but it's not able to kick them off, or some people really, they have fever, they have symptoms are really high. Some people do have high symptoms but they're all normal. Like, is that true? What's happening around is what I want to know.
Yes, that is where we are talking about immunity. It is on individual's immunity which works on COVID basically. If your immunity is strong, it will not, it may be going as asymptomatic and you won't even know that you have had COVID and all. But patients who have immunity less in any form, any disease, like people who smoke, smokers also, or any lung issues, anything, then for them it might be. I have, my helper was positive. She's asymptomatic, but she was positive, COVID positive, no symptoms at all after my husband was tested. But she was in quarantine for a week, 7 days, and then she was brought home. So such patients are also there. That's the reason we are telling you all to be careful to go out, because there are many asymptomatic patients. So basically this viral load will be there in your body even after 21 days. It will only start coming down after 28 days of the tested positive. So it's not that immediately once you test the viral load will come down. No, viral load will be there, but the body will start fighting it, because our body also starts fighting it. So it will start to fight. So that's why we don't see more means we see the recovery also. Even with my husband, it was the next day, third day itself, he was fine and no symptoms, nothing. But there was a patient who had pneumonia, had come to the hospital, and he was COVID positive. For him, the treatment protocol was different. So it is on our body immunity. So basically, that is why we insist that be inside, wear a mask, and avoid going out now for another 1 month, and keep your immunity strong.
Okay, I have one more similar question. So basically, instead of going in a bike, so we end up driving in car. We all think it's more safer. But when we put on the AC, the vent, basically we take the outside air inside. So I wanted to check, because it's the cells are very small. Is it, I don't know, maybe it's sounding very stupid, but whether it's helpful is what I want to ask. Whether should we, going in car and we put the AC on and we take the vent to the outside air to come inside the car. Is that safe? Because now they're saying it's airborne. So I was a little worried on that. If you can help me
No,
out.
I can understand your fears, but it's better that if you're going in a AC, don't wear. If you're going in an AC, I think there are things where you can use the same air which is there. I think the switches are there,
Better
so
to
you
have
try
a circulation.
circulation of that. Or if you do prefer, wear a mask, keep your windows down. That is safer, because some of them, I'm really telling, when we so used to mask, we cannot manage it after a certain time. We feel like removing it for 2 minutes and pulling it up. So I can imagine the normal person, how it must be for them. We are not used to, we cannot. Even there are people who used to come to my clinic, they used to pull it down and talk because they feel that they can, the other person cannot hear what they are talking. So there are a lot of things. So you need to keep yourself safe with these precautions. There's nothing to worry about. You have to, basically, I'll tell you one thing, you'll have to go through with this. Everybody has to get infected and everybody has to come out of it. And the positivity which is there, which is very important. Be positive, we can fight it. And don't think that he's a COVID patient, I will get it. We are going to get it. Today or tomorrow, everybody is going to get it. It's only time.
That's for sure. That's for sure. What you're saying is right. Yeah.
I have another question.
Thank
Hi.
you so much, Geeta.
I-
So if anyone is traveling, okay, either they're an international traveler or coming from one more state, only because they have passed through the airport and the whole thing of travel, there is a 15-day quarantine that has been told. So for a patient, and we don't know, they may not have any symptoms, they may not have anything. What kind of quarantine, when you say quarantine, home quarantine for a person like that, how should the quarantine be for a person who has traveled and come?
See, if a patient is, why I emphasize on the age is, please understand, is because we have seen more cases above 60. If the patient is young and no symptoms of any fever, cough, cold, any other symptoms, keep them in the room for 1 week to 10 days, which is a government-based quarantine. 7 days they have told to keep. In between, if they get symptoms, you need to check it out. Quarantine means you can give them, they don't have to come out of the room. They can be there in the room. You can go and give it to them, the food, everything. But not to come out, because if we won't know, they may be asymptomatic anyways and be positive still. Because nobody has done a COVID test. It's only with the thermometer we check the oxygen. That's why I said oxygen saturation is so important. Because we get a picture basically how it is. This is for a layman also, not that you have to panic. If you get it below 97, 98, 90, because it's a digital one always. So 60, 96, 97, 5 also sometimes it goes. So don't panic, oh 95, I have to tell you. You can always speak to your consultant so that they can advise you how to go about. It's only for that we need to keep an pulse oximeter. But if they are quarantined and they are clothes and all, if you are taken care, please tell them to use the detergent and hot water, soak the clothes.
Hello.
She's having a bad network. We just wait for her to connect back.
And the solution which is there, they can use it for the room. Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, actually, I think we lost you, Geeta. Can you repeat that? You were telling me about the clothes part.
Yeah, the clothes part is, if they are quarantined, make sure that their clothes are washed in hot water with the normal detergent what you use. Keep it for 24 hours and then put it in the washing machine. The washrooms and all should be used with sodium hypochlorite solution and the normal detergents what you all use. No problem, it will die. So that is the sanitation you have to do in your room. They only have to be educated a little, that's all.
And you also insist that since I will have somebody, I mean, you'll have a person who's traveled and come, he's quarantined, even the family doesn't go out also?
Family can go out.
Okay, fine.
That is not.
That's right.
But unless they are tested positive or something.
Okay, done.
Yeah, Shashi, can take the next question, Shashi, from the chat as well. Is from Punita.
Yeah, I see Punita. So it says there is flu symptoms going around due to weather change. How can you differentiate COVID and flu? Is the question from Punita.
See, even COVID has influenza type of symptoms. So first, when the patient comes with 1 day or 2 days of temperature, depending on the other protocols, we analyze the patient first. If the patient is getting, I always see the example I'm telling as a doctor. I see the patient in a second day, I tell them to do the blood test, which we normally don't tell for 3-4 days earlier. But now with the second day, we tell them to do the basic test. If it is viral flu, that will be shown in the blood test and the x-ray, and then we can go about with that after that. So it is not, but it's better to inform the doctor that even 1 day of temperature, don't keep it for 3 days, because we are all educated. We are so used to, once you get a temperature, we say we'll take a paracetamol and keep for 1-2 days and then we'll talk to the doctor. Please don't do this at this time of the, if you have a fever, 1 day of temperature, please inform your doctor. It will help them to understand the illness also. And it is but natural, because we have got a lot of flu symptoms going on. We don't know, it could be COVID, it cannot be, it won't be COVID, but to test it is important.
Yeah, thank you. One more question from Ashwin. Time frame for COVID test report. I guess he's trying to ask, what is the time frame? You know, when you get a COVID test done, for the report to
it come. Is actually, they say 24 to 48 hours. And within 6 hours, actually the test comes. But the problem is, because of the amount of positive cases around and people doing the test are getting COVID. So labs were closed down and things like that. It takes at least 48 hours. So immediately it's not available. But actual test, you can get it within 24 hours. 6 hours actually. The course is actually 6 hours. But because of the lot of cases in and manpower has become less, so it takes 24 to 48 hours. But the BBMP is informed within 48 hours, and through them it comes to the, not through the doctors, it is through them that the COVID patients are contacted.
And is it better to go to a hospital of a government hospital or a private hospital for a COVID test?
That is your own choices, because very important is, you all know the rate scale of the prices which are put between private and government hospital. The government hospital, yes, I can understand. We Indians always have this thing, government hospital. But it has been taken well. If there is beds, it's good. You can take, especially private wards and all, you can go for it. Because nothing much is done if it is a patient is asymptomatic. Not everybody goes into ventilator support. Not everybody goes into severity. In India especially. So we will be just sitting and the normal medications are given. That is why the government now decided on home quarantine, because not many of them are going into critical case. So that private and government, yes, everybody, that depends on your preference.
Next question. How do we tackle false positive tests? Question from Kailash.
That's very difficult.
He meant, yeah.
Because see, what happens is, like, even for someone told me the same thing when my husband was positive and no symptoms. They could be false positive. See, we cannot challenge the test now, because right now in this criteria, we have to accept whatever it comes in.
Next question. Is it
Doctor,
better to go? Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Shashi. Yeah. Doctor, I have a question. In the current situation, for example, vitamin C, everyone takes vitamin C at home. It could be like a normal lemon or a mango or a gooseberry or anything. But during this time, is it required to take an additional vitamin C just to keep taking care of the immunity in picture?
That is the protocol for COVID now. We are saying because up to 1000 mg we give per day, which is given for 1 month. They give it in 500 divided doses. It is better to take, because they say that it helps the recovery of the condition.
Not just the condition, even the normal person also at home, should they start increasing their intake of vitamin C every day during this time?
Yes, you can.
We could.
Nothing,
Okay.
no harm in it. No harm.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, doctor. Yeah.
Our next
Sorry,
question.
Shashi. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it better to go to a government hospital or a private one for a COVID test? Okay, I think you answered that. And the next question, where can we buy sodium hydrochloride solution? Where do you get it? In fact, I was going to ask the same question.
I'll get back to you on this. I'm sorry right now.
Actually, we would be happy if we get back some numbers about the.
Yeah, sure. I will help you.
At least the association should have the details so that, you know, if we have anybody contacting Prasad or any one of us, we should be able to give them some reference numbers. We can talk to them and keep, since our area is having so many more cases, we will talk to them and keep them on, you know, so that they are informed about things. Yeah.
Yes. I think even the solution, you can get it from the medical people who are in touch with that. So I will get back to you. I'll get the phone numbers and let you all know.
Sure, that would be great.
And just to clarify, was it COVID test to be done in a private or a government, or is it admission of COVID?
COVID test was one question. Admission was another question.
COVID test, you can do it anywhere.
Even in a government hospital.
Government hospital.
Oh,
you can do it in Rajiv Gandhi. Yeah.
And doctor, one
only thing, because earlier it was that they could inform the patient. Like when my husband went, I had got the report, and then the BBMP came to me. But now they are telling it has to go through the BBMP, because many of them don't tell that they are COVID positive. So they don't want that to happen. So as it is a community spread now, so they don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and
maybe you can throw light on the stigma and the fear that people have the minute they think their neighbor has or their apartment above has COVID. You know, I don't even even with fear. I think we should not be bad, you know, to either of the neighbors. I just wanted to throw light to all of them as to how they need to respond and react when their neighboring. You know, one is within the house. Two is when their just immediate neighbor has it. How do they respond? Yeah. Or how do they react?
Shashi, I think it is basically, you all have to understand, this is also a virus, a viral flu type. So how, if you are, and we see viruses every 3 months. We get different type of viruses every 3 months. Bangalore especially. So we don't have to panic about it. If we are told to quarantine, is so that if you come in contact with that patient, tomorrow others should not get it. So be cool, be positive, help the other person if they need anything at the time of, because they are quarantined. I was really helped by my building people. It was so much of a positive thing to see, because Dheeraj was already in the hospital. So as a doctor, my daughter was there. I need to manage everything. But my building people really helped me, saying that, don't worry, we are there for you. I think this is what even SRW is doing it. And they're doing a fantastic job. Please understand, it could be that, see, in places like Bombay, because it's so much rampant, today one patient is COVID positive, so the others are quarantined. Then after 15 days, another person in that same place could be quarantined in the building. They would have again have to quarantine themselves. So things like that happen. So we have to understand it's a pandemic, and everybody has to face this thing. It is a thing, only thing with support and assurance, we can pass over it, basically.
That's a good one. We have another question. Suppose a person comes in contact with an infected person, like how many days will we come to know about the infection?
If 7 to 10 days.
Okay. In 7 to 10 days, that means
it takes at least 7 to 10 days incubation before it comes.
It shows up.
So it shows up. That is the reason we are telling quarantine. That's the main reason, is because of that we tell quarantine, because the other person, and even when a person is positive in your own house or who has come in contact, they don't test you till the 5th day.
Okay.
If the symptoms are not there.
Okay. Next question. Food prepared by an asymptomatic COVID patient can we consume the food? If yes, what precautions do we need to take?
Asymptomatic COVID
Yeah, if
patients.
food is prepared by an asymptomatic COVID patient, that means you don't know that he could be. So, that's the question.
See,
So,
that
can we
depends
consume
on,
it? Now, you don't even know.
yeah.
So,
See, now as they said that the bacteria, so the virus doesn't stay in the heat and all. So when you're
Yeah.
cooking, normally it is, even the surface areas they say doesn't cause much of a contact. But
Mhm.
earlier it was said that surface area causes, but now
Mm.
they're saying the surface area is also not causing, it's more of coming in contact with them. So that is why social distancing is so important. If they are asymptomatic, we won't even know that
Correct.
that patient would have, we won't know unless you have tested them. And if you have
Yeah.
tested, you will quarantine that patient.
Yeah.
So
So we cannot comment on an asymptomatic, I guess.
asymptomatic.
Yeah. And the next question. Can a sugar and BP patient take vitamin C on a daily basis? 500
Yes.
mg.
Yes.
They can.
Okay, Siddharth has
Go
a
ahead,
question.
Girish.
Yeah, Siddharth has a question.
Mhm.
Hello, doctor.
Go ahead, Siddharth.
Yeah. See, I was having fever from Sunday, viral fever. So I've taken medication, done the test today, did my chest X-ray also. Everything is clear now. Fever is less. It is almost gone from past yesterday. But today, I think my neighbor is just turned out positive. The report has come just now, I think, 5-10 minutes back. So, do you request me to do a COVID test?
Did you do a COVID test when you had fever?
No, I'm not done a COVID test.
You had not done a COVID test when you had fever. And your symptoms are all come down now?
No, it is all perfect. From yesterday, everything is perfect.
Have you come in contact with him in the last 5 days, anytime?
I have not seen him from past 10 days at all.
So unless there are symptoms, don't go for testing. But it depends on, again, it depends on your, see, I don't know your case, like health issues and all. If you have any other health issues, then you can do, it's because becomes a confusing state actually. Now you were tested, not tested, you have not tested, you had fever. You can still be quarantined and prevent this thing to happen unless you get into symptoms. If you get even a rise of temperature, even once, then you can go for a COVID test. I would say that. Okay, or if the temperature is coming back again, or you're getting into any cough also, even if a cough or a taste, no smell, please do a COVID test because that is very important.
Dr. Radhakrishnan today, so he told me that if you are particular, he is written and given me that you can go do the test at 4 o'clock. That he is given me a letter also to do a test. So I thought, let me do it for a safer side because I have a small son at home. Also.
Yeah. So adding on here, Siddharth, you live in an apartment and the person also uses the same staircase, and since he has turned positive and he would have used the same railing, I would suggest you to consider all this and then all on this.
Okay, done, sir.
Indu, you can go in next.
Go in.
Thank you. Okay, this is Indu's mother, Dr. Devi. So I just wanted to know whether, since everybody knows Dr. Geeta very well in Shantinagar, whether she could, endorse on the SRWA website about the importance of taking vitamin C and pranayama. Because I'm a doctor myself, I'm a dentist, but I have been advising my own family and my friends and cousins. I didn't want to go on the SRWA website and say, but I thought that since not many people are attending this call, whether the others in Shantinagar would also, listen to that and go ahead so that we can at least keep the immunity here higher. Because being MBBS doctor, at least, she could endorse and the importance of breathing pranayama to improve lung function, things like that. Because I don't know how many people are attending this Zoom call, so that everybody in Shantinagar at least comes to know about this.
Yeah, that's nice.
To add to this, Devi ma'am, this was a sudden call what we took this morning because of the situation, what were happening in Shantinagar from the past 4 days, because we were not getting proper response from BBMP. That is when we thought, okay, first, that's the reason we have done it only for the volunteers right now.
Okay.
at a short
Okay.
notice, because we wanted our volunteers to get informed of what is happening and how to prepare ourselves. So next, as
Okay.
you said, we will try to, if Geeta is okay with it, and I'm
Yes.
sure she's
Yes.
the most, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah,
Yes.
very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, we are trying to do it road wise, or we can call in for one particular day. How many of them ever want to attend?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
for a registration as such, and then fix a date, and then because today we just called it out of the blue, and she said ayo when I said 2:30. Really nice of her.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very nice of her. Yes.
So we can take it further. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just go in next, Shashi.
Yeah, one more. You're going in? Go in, Girish, go ahead.
So,
Geeta,
Dr.
do you have some time limit? Because we seem
Yeah,
to be
no.
going on. We'll take some
No,
last
I,
2-3
I'm
questions.
happy that, see, I can understand because everybody is excited and they want to
Yeah.
know more about it. So that's absolutely not a problem. Not a problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Go ahead, Girish.
Doctor, now most of the families in Shantinagar, are not able to do the work at home, like elders or such people like that, and are calling in domestic help at home, right? So domestic help, when they enter the house, they're using a sanitizer, they're wearing a mask also while doing the work. Is it safe enough to encourage them to come home? And what are the precautions we should take care when they come in?
Okay. Now, there are people who really need a helper. And they come from the places where there are a lot of cases going on now around the area. That is especially Vivek Nagar, that side and all. So make sure that when they enter, you have to explain to them what are the conditions to be. Like first thing is you have to take their temperature. If you have check their temperature, that is you have those temperature now we have got infrared thing. You can use that. You can use the pulse oximeter. If they have any symptoms of cold, cough and all, tell them not to come home. That is one. Any symptoms, even now, because there is a lot of diarrhea cases happening that I would talk to you later if anybody asks about it, which is the new symptoms come up. But we were only thinking about respiratory part of it. Then you check the temperature, take a mask, even shield, face shield, because face shield really, because we have 3 important openings like eyes, nose and throat, which is where the virus can enter. So if the face shield is done, all the parts are covered. So that could be help. Sanitizing, gloves using, they can do and go. If you have some clothes which they can wear when they're entering your house, and keep it while going so that they can, not get contaminated and enter. Fantastic. Even that can be done.
Oh, that's
So
really
basically they need to be explained why we are doing all these things, and you can still have those helpers. If you have a chance to keep them at home, that is the better way. Like people have done in many places that they've called the helpers and said, you stay with us if it is possible, so that they don't go out and enter. So when they go out and enter, then the chances could be more.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
That's a good thing, yeah. So they can check the temperature, get them to wear gloves or a face shield, or even a dress to cover themselves, so that you're keeping it more hygienic. Done. One more question. One of my friend had purchased food items in a store, and he comes to know that the store owner turns positive after 4 days of his purchase. Though he's not touched the infected person, but he has taken the item from him and money has been exchanged. Is there anything to be worried about? This is almost 8 to 10 days ago.
Age of the patient?
They will have to tell me the age. Please, can you type in the age of the patient? They've not put in their name. They say it's on 4D.
Basically, they don't have symptoms. I would advise not to worry so much if they don't have any symptoms.
But
even if the other person is positive and it's 8 days over, the shop person had been positive and it's 8 days over. See, even if you get it, you cannot change it. If it doesn't, if you have no symptoms.
No, one question. I'll repeat the question. What he is trying to say is, one of my friend had purchased food items in a store, And he comes to know that the store owner turns positive after 4 days. I bought it today. After 4 days, he realizes that particular shop owner has turned positive. Though he has not touched the infected person, he never got in contact, right? Yeah, but he has taken the item from him and the money has been exchanged at that time,
That
the 4 days before.
So now it's about 8 days since he has.
Not 8 days, Geeta. Today I bought it from someone, okay? I bought it from X.
After 4 days, he was tested positive.
Yes, that's all. Yeah. So he wants to know what happens. Though I didn't, on the 4 days before when I met him, he was not positive. But I've exchanged money and I've bought some items. In what way will that hurt me?
It is like, depends on the person now. And if he does, I would advise you that if you don't have any symptoms, not to worry about it. And if you don't have any health issues, not to worry about it, I feel. Because there are so many asymptomatics also. So you know that it is positive. But if you feel, no, I want to test, you can go and test. That is not a thing. But if you have no symptoms, you really don't need to. Maybe your body is already fighting it. So it's not necessary. Now we see so many people on the streets also. They are still asymptomatic. So we don't know whether they could be positive also. Unless you have tested it.
He says the age is 40.
Yeah, okay, I got it. To add in over here, a request to all. Whenever you get anything from outside, always try to sterilize the stuff, whatever you bought in. Okay, and the money also, if you have exchanged it, leave it aside for at least 24 hours, or don't try to put it in your wallet, or even if you put it in your wallet, keep it away for 24 hours so that if there's anything. That's what we told. Correct me if I'm wrong, Geeta.
No, correct. Very true. Yes, you have to do that. Anything you bring from outside, even the bag, even the items, washable if you can, or keep it in the sun. So that at least, I know there is no sun now, there's quite cloudy, but at least keep it for 24 hours, or even you can just spray some Dettol or something like that. It could be also done. Even we were told when we started with COVID that that's why you don't use cash on your clinics. You keep it in a box, let it be there for 24 to 48 hours, and then you use it like that. So you can do that. That is a better way.
Next question. Do we see the light at the end of the tunnel in terms of a vaccine for COVID in the near future? Please let us know if the medical fraternity is confident of a vaccine for COVID kind of virus.
Of course. Yes. We are confident we'll get it, but it may delay. That's the only thing, because they go through a lot of clinical trials. So as someone was saying, August 15 something is going to come, but vaccines are going to come. But I doubt, because it needs a rundown on a lot of things before they really present it to the people. So maybe by next year, yes. By then, all of us will get immune to it. We would have got over it. So, but it is necessary. Like how we have the influenza vaccine. See, we also had swine flus and influenza vaccines going on. So it's not a panic. We will get over it. It is only be positive, be healthy, take good food, avoid going out, so that we don't spread it to others or we don't bring it with us. Simple as that.
Even the morning walk is something that you have to think about when you say don't go out.
Yes, I would advise, especially because we see a lot of people. See, all the parks are not big parks where we have separate to walk around, and people spit, as you said, and now tables, the benches where they sit, we don't know, and we are so used to touching our eyes, ears, nose. So, and being this weather, we get into allergies very fast. So there are many people in Bangalore are prone to allergies. So they may sneeze, they may cough, which for you it must be normal, but but we don't know whether we are spreading that virus. So if they are positive.
And one last thing, do you think it's a good idea that all of us residents, if anyone in the house even starts seeing any small symptoms, that they isolate themselves immediately and are in touch with the doctor, and that whole home also kind of stays home so that we don't carry it outside? it necessarily need not be whether it's a flu, whether it's a viral. It can be, we don't need to arrive at a positive COVID only to quarantine. So starting from when someone's sick in the house, is it good to just stay away and then
So that is the basic reason we had a lockdown. We had lockdown because we didn't want to spread the illness. Because we were also learning about this case, because it was new. This virus was new to our country, also to the world. So that is why the lockdown was put. So if you see any symptoms, tell them to quarantine themselves. See for 7 days. If any symptoms comes in, not the home people need to quarantine themselves, but reduce the going out. It will help. It will really help us to understand the illness faster.
Great. That's nice word that everybody can spread to anyone whom they see. If someone says that they're sick, I think as a volunteer or as an active resident or as a neighbor or as a family member, just ask them to space out and stay separately. So you'll be reducing the infection. Yeah. Go ahead, Disha. It's yours.
Hi, doctor. Doctor, I had a question that when we buy vegetables or fruits or like such items, does salt water kill the virus or whatever? Like, people claim that it kills the virus. Like, if you dip the vegetables into salt water and keep it for a while, is that true?
See, basically, salt works as an antiseptic type of. It kills the germs. So basically, that is why everything which is bought, we put it in salt water or hot water. So if you don't have hot water, you can use salt water, which kills the germs. So the virus is also, corona is also a virus. So which will prevent maybe not everything, but at least to help us to go through with this. And Indian cooking, especially Indian cooking, where we don't eat, we cook everything and eat. So it will really help.
What could be more effective than that? Like, would you suggest something, or is that fine?
Like
washing of the vegetables and everything. Do you think like salt water is enough, or do you think we could use some other alternative to it, or is that okay?
Salt water is enough. Because not all vegetables we can wash things. Some of them we use it also. So we cannot put everything in water.
So those that we don't wash, can we leave it out for some time and then refrigerate it? Nothing happens, and then we can use it as we. That much is allowed.
Yes, that much is allowed.
At my house, basically we put water, salt, and soda.
Baking soda. Cooking soda. Cooking soda.
Is that a right solution to?
Cooking soda, you can avoid, because then it's absorbed in the thing. Otherwise, you need to wash it very many times after that. So it is on individual, basically. But salt is universally it is accepted. So shouldn't be. Or hot water also, if something which you need to cook and do it. Little lukewarm water also helps.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
To add to this, I would like to say that what Geeta is trying to say over here is, if you're having salads and all, no, you should be more careful. This is only advised because most of our vegetables get cooked. So if you're having salads, you should be careful.
I think it's good to blanch it and then have it rather than just have it. Yeah. Correct. I think we should avoid raw vegetables maybe to some extent. Yeah. Oh, this goes with lots of questions. We have recorded it. It's really good, Geeta. Very helpful. I didn't think, only when you sit together, we realize there are lots of questions in everybody's minds, commonly asked though. And I
Can you come in?
End it here. Yeah, please go ahead.
One idea, supposing somebody is having a COVID positive, keep that person in the house and the other person in the house can shift to a hotel if he can afford.
See, if a person is COVID positive and you have a space, I said a room, a separate bathroom, then I don't think you need to go to the hotel, even if you can afford. Because basically, a person cannot stay in a house, in a room for 14 days alone. It really is a traumatic situation at that time.
No, that's right. If the whole house is given to them, and the other person shift to a hotel. Of course, if the
I
family
don't think
members
I
are not necessary.
Yeah. No, because actually you have to motivate them to come out of it. Because there are a lot of things people go into depression in this 15 days because of the panic, because of what they hear in the
Feeling alone.
media, WhatsApp and all that. So this is the only way where you can motivate them that we are there with you. So that really matters. And instead of you also going and staying in a hotel.
Okay.
You will also
They
be
feel
different. They will also... Okay. And one more
Okay.
question.
What is the
How
first
safe is
symptom
hotel?
of this?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What
The
is?
first,
Yeah,
see, the
first
basic
symptom.
is flu-like symptoms like fever, could be cough, could be running nose, throat pain, headache. But now new symptoms are coming up, like they're saying that they are getting body aches, they're getting diarrhea, and some of them are even getting into neurological issues. These are the new symptoms which they have come up. They are seeing in places like Bombay and all, because there are different strains of virus which is there. Luckily, in Bangalore we are not seeing so many of that strains, but in Bombay, yes, we are seeing that strains, and their complications are more. That it goes very fast, rapid, but which we are not seeing it in Bangalore. So hoping that but now as we are learning that diarrhea is also one of the can be, so we are advising them to have checks when they have other symptoms. We are not neglecting it with only what do you call it, cold, cough, respiratory symptoms.
One last question. I just realized when someone is traveling, especially when they have to travel and take the flights, and they have, if they're an international passenger or a local passenger, domestic passenger, is there any extra care that you would want to tell about they taking any, like vitamin C 1 week before and anything like that to build their immunity and the care?
See, this, we are only doing it as a precautionary measure. With the getting it or no, we don't know. You can always take, it is not that it will harm your body. You're not taking any antibiotic, you're not taking antiviral drug. You're basically taking an multivitamin. So taking it is not a harm at all.
Okay.
Even we are taking it now. We still are taking vitamin C. So because we don't want that infection, because we were negative.
Yeah.
So that is not going to harm. Only thing is, whether you get it or no, that depends on your body immunity.
And it's good for them to carry their paracetamol or something like that.
Yes, yes, yes. But don't take, if you have even 1 day of temperature, inform the physician.
No, in their flight, in their journey, it's good to keep paracetamol if they need and attend to it.
I think everybody nowadays, if they are going, they carry, even before also people have carried medicines and gone. So paracetamol is a normal thing. So
Thank you
to
so
conclude,
much.
one last question. Geeta, as you are mentioning regarding diarrhea, can you just brief a little more about it? Because if they are going to do home quarantine, how careful are they supposed to be if they are having this diarrhea? Because this morning we discussed on that.
Yeah, actually, to tell you, I just heard about a case where the patient is COVID positive and she's a diabetic and she has diarrhea. Now, in this type of case, I wanted to tell them that please get not home quarantine, get a hospital quarantine, because dehydration can be very fast because it's a virus. You don't know, we might not understand the run through of this, how many times they may pass and how well they will be dehydrated or hydrated exactly. So such cases you cannot treat at home. So you have to check with your own physician and keep them informed about this so that they can help you, guide you and help you to admit in the hospital. Because this is a new, actually because this is a new symptom which has come recently, which we are seeing it in this year, June, July cases. It's not there last year, last 2-3 months before. So we are also learning on it, and they have not put any antidiarrheal drugs in the protocol which was given for COVID patients earlier. But now I think even they will be putting that too into it. So in the protocol. So if any new symptoms is there like this, please inform your physician. They could be a right person to guide you on it.
So one last question. If the residents of Shantinagar want to contact Dr. Geeta whenever they're sick or they have their doubt, your timings, anything that you want to tell for everyone, that will be really nice.
Yeah,
Do you
see,
want to text you first? You know, you can put
yeah,
your
if they
protocol.
text me, if I'm sure if I'll be available. But if you text me, I can always get back, or a missed call also I can get back to them when
That's
I'm
great.
free. Because timings I cannot tell how it will go on.
No problem, because everybody knows you. Their first go-to person may be you, so you know they may quickly call. So, Prasad, are we done?
Yeah. Just to add, the last word of caution, what I would like to tell everybody is, Geeta has only given her knowledge what she has. It is not like, okay, she's given it like a Bible, you know, this is the fact and thing. She cannot be held responsible for whatever it is. She has just come in as a guest and she is told to what she knows to the best of her knowledge. Okay. So this is a caution what everybody should take in. Should not say that, oh, Geeta said that, we did that, and blame her. Okay. End of the day, she's also a resident and a doctor. She's doing for her best. Always, that's the reason she's always been telling, contact your physician and always take your doctor's advice and go on with it. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. True.
So,
okay, guys.
Thank you very
Sashi,
much.
Sashi and Prasad, I hope I have answered most of their queries.
A lot of it, and I must tell you, very, very patiently and very clearly. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. We have a recording of this, so you know it's a lot of simple, common questions also were put, so which also helped, you know, because that itself occupies so much of the mind of a person. So thank you very much, Geeta, and for supporting SRWA also and making it so comfortable within an hour. You know, when Prasad said a meeting and something serious, everybody was like, no. Then if he's told that, then let's just say. So everyone started saying, any time is okay for me, any time is okay for me, but for a few of them. So you're yourself seeing it. We have 40 people here with no hesitation. Thank you very much to all of you who have logged in also. Kindly, whenever we need something,
Thanks
we
a
will
lot.
coordinate more.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Geeta. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Geeta.
Really
Thank you.
I'm there, always there. I'm there always. Thank you.